Hey guys, this is Matao Blitz coming at you today with a totally different kind of video. My friend Hesco and I watched some videos from the YouTuber Anxiety War where he demonstrated just how simple it is to come across predators on the internet. So Hesco actually started this whole thing. He created a Kick account, and funny enough, the first guy that hit him up was a predator. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I spoke to Mike. The guy looks like he's from New Jersey. He's supposedly 19, he says at the beginning, but that quickly changed. He said he was 26 after I said I was 15 years old. Immediately, he said, "Wow, you're so sexy." And I said, "You think so?" And he said, "I know so." So I'm not gonna lie. I've been feeling really horny right now, lol. That was just immediately. We just added each other. You can talk anonymously at first, and he was already wanting to talk after I said I was a 15-year-old female. So this guy, I was like, oh wow, immediately right off the bat, I have a predator on my hands.
Jesus, and did he at all like acknowledge your age or anything like that?
I can't remember if he acknowledged it. Actually, he said, "Do you mind my age?" And I said, "Wouldn't the law?" And he said, "The law doesn't need to know."
Oh my
And
god,
then he
dude.
asked me for another pick.
Yeah, of course he did. Yeah, so that's just the problem with that. And did you encounter any more guys like this or anything like that?
Yeah, about every single one. So I had
Ever
maybe
since?
two or three that would end the chat after I said I was 15, but the majority were like, "Oh, this is anonymous. I'm not gonna get caught. I'm just gonna, try to see if I can have some fun with a 15-year-old girl." And that's
Yeah, and
that's pedophilia.
yeah, and the whole problem with that is, dude, that these people just don't care. Like they feel like they're not gonna get in trouble in any way just because it's on the internet and it's anonymous. What app did you use?
So yeah, I was using Kick, um, which basically you get like a limit. I guess you get a limited amount of chats you get a day. You get like 15, and about 10 out of the 15 were all ones that added me back and wanted me to send them photos. Not like just, a selfie. They wanted me to take explicit photos, and I didn't because, that I am a 19-year-old male. Um, but I had one, his name was Rick. He's from Norway. I don't know the laws in Norway, but, it's still messed up to talk to a 15-year-old girl on the internet. He was like 27, I think. He asked me, "Can you send some sexy pics?" And he kept asking me what I was doing, and then he asked, "Can you maybe make a selfie with your mouth open?" And I was like, "Wait, what? Why?" And he says, "Because then I can aim on it when I come."
Jesus Christ, man.
And that
That's
made me want to, yeah, vomit.
Yeah, that's rough. That's sick, dude. That's sick. This guy sounds like a sick, twisted individual. He sounds mentally ill, and that's not right. And like I said before, like they don't care. That's the whole problem. They feel like they're invincible because they're just using an app. And how fast were you actually able to create this app? Like, did you need to
Oh
use an
yeah.
email or anything like that?
Basically all I did, I put in a fake name. I got a fake photo of somebody that was over the age of 18 as a profile picture, and put a fake email. I put no email at gofuckyourself.com. So there's no like tracing or anything like. But the thing is, when you go on there, your IP is already imprinted, no matter what. So these supposed pedophiles that think they're so safe, they're not.
And that's good. And it sucks like that how easily you were targeted, how
Oh
fast
yeah,
like they just said they did not care about the age difference, which is honestly kind of bizarre. Like there's plenty of women out there that are probably closer to their age, but they
yeah.
don't care.
Well, I think
They
what
want a
it
child.
is their age. They think that, and like their looks as well. They become so insecure that they think that they can just take advantage of somebody that's a minor because they have the age and they think they're superior, and they manipulate, they groom. See, lucky enough, we're both males and over the age of 18, so it's not like a 15-year-old girl's getting harmed in the making of this at all. But the fact
Yeah,
that they're
exactly.
so eager to chat with a 15-year-old girl and ask for pics and ask them to sext and ask them to do this and that, and it's sickening. You'd think it'd be a lot less common, but with the internet, it 10 out of 15.
Jeez, man, and yeah, that's sad to say like the least, dude. That's sad and it's disgusting. Uh, didn't you have some 40-year-old guy like that was
Oh
just
yes.
absolutely
I don't think I got
disgusting?
his name, but he looked like a truck. He had a handlebar mustache. I don't know if that, yeah, handlebar mustache would be what that's called, but here, let me go over the messages real quick. There's quite a few that I saved because they were just too disgusting. He kept telling me to send a picture of me in my PJs, because I told him I was in my PJs because I was in bed, to see what he would say. And then he said, take a picture. And I said, yeah, that'd be pretty inappropriate. And he said, says who? Only if they find out. And I said, who would find out? He said, your parents. And I said, what if they do? He said, I'd go to jail. I said, oh, I shouldn't send then. He said, but I would take a chance though. He would take a chance with a
Jesus.
15-year-old girl. He was 40 years old. I continued the conversation just to see how far I could take it. I only received one dick pic from some
Lucky
guy
you.
overseas. I it was gross. I dodged every opportunity that a man would make to send me a dick pic. I said no, that's not what I want. And then so I confronted the bow hunter. His name was on Kick, and I sent him a gif of Chris Hansen. Have a seat right there. I have a few questions for you. I said, why are you
Jesus.
a pedophile? He said, I'm not. I have a limit on age. The limit on age, if you're not a pedophile, would be 18 years old. Jot that one down. And then I asked him, what's your limit? He said, girls who flaunt their sexuality at 14 to 19 are fair game. I don't look at girls younger than 14. Girls who dress revealing at a young age should not bitch when men like them.
And
And then I
there's
asked
just
him, what if it were your daughter talking to someone your age? If my daughter was wanting a guy my age, then I'm not going to stand in the way. Because if I did, she would do it anyway. And then I said, how would you feel though? You can't lie and tell me that doesn't make you feel sick. He said, actually, no, it doesn't. I'm sorry. I'm a freak. And I said, seek help, and reported him.
Jesus, and see that's a problem. Not only that, like, but with his whole statement on that on girls 14 dressing revealing and all that stuff. There's a bigger issue with that because he's basically at that point just degrading women. Uh, I know a lot of
Yeah,
girls
sees
that
them as
if
objects.
yeah, a lot of girls that actually dress up like that. Uh, from what I've heard from like multiple girls, it's that it's more for them, kind of to
Hmm.
like boost their confidence and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. Not to
Of
flaunt
course,
to 40-year-old men with handlebar mustaches wanting to talk to 15-year-old girls.
exactly. That dude's just sick, and I'm glad you reported him because there's just so much going on. There's just so much wrong with that guy. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. And then
I know you
so
you
let's
you
see.
got a lot as well. You got local people too, which is
Yeah. So
disgusting to think that they're so close to us and they want to meet up and hang out and all that.
yeah, and that's the problem too. So the app I actually used is Whisper, and to make this app,
That doesn't
I did
sound creepy
actually.
enough.
Yeah, right. I actually didn't even have to create a profile, dude. Uh, what I did
That's
exactly was I just downloaded it and I was able to post. I didn't create a username. I didn't sign up with an email or anything. It was all just completely anonymous.
and that just
And
drives pedophiles to it, I'm sure, since they think they're so anonymous.
exactly, exactly, and that's crazy. So once I created it, I posed as a 15-year-old as well, just to see if I would get any hits. And of course, I did. I just said, "Oh, I'm bored at home. My parents are gone. What to do on a Saturday?" The One of the first hits I got was a guy. He was 22, and he asked me if I'd ever done acid. And I went ahead and went with the innocent girl act. Just said,
Hmm.
no, I've never done anything like that. I've drank once, but that was about it. And then he asked if I liked it, and then he invited me to a party with alcohol and drugs
Which
with
is
a
a
group of
crime within
people.
itself.
exactly. He was willing to just have me come over, not me, but the 15-year-old
The
girl
15-year-old
come
girl.
over exactly to get them drunk, even though I told him,
He already he
I've only
knew,
drank
he
once.
acknowledges it. He doesn't show any remorse. He just wants to, party with a 15-year-old. I don't understand how somebody could think that's a normal thing to do. Like,
Or
or an
something you'd
okay thing
want
to
to do.
do.
Exactly, and
Even if you're
that's a problem.
anonymous,
And
that's so fucked up.
exactly, and I tried to make the excuse to see how far he would actually take it, and I said, "Oh, I would love to, but I don't have a ride." He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll come pick you up. Just send me a picture." Like, what, dude? Are you serious? Are you fucking kidding me?
He's so willing to, fucking be an Uber, come pick you up, take you to
Yeah,
his party with some drugs and alcohol, fully
when
aware
I'm
that you're
yeah,
underage.
15. He did not care. He gave not a single fuck.
And
Like
what's
he
so
did not
creepy
care,
is we
dude.
could have easily just said, okay, yeah, come pick us up, and then we could have just confronted this guy, but we didn't want to play a vigilante or anything. But
Yeah, we
the
definitely.
how easy it is, it's a felony within itself to even to invite somebody of underage to meet. You can't find a 27-year-old girl to go talk to or something. Go on Tinder, like trying to
Tinder,
chat.
find girls your age.
Like, come
Like
on.
you don't need to be talking to a child, and that's a problem. Like he
See,
didn't
the
care.
thing
Like
is,
he
I
would
think they
back off
enjoy
for a
it.
bit.
That's the problem. They enjoy it. They like that risk. They like the fact that it's wrong, and that's what's fucked up. They're mentally ill.
They are mentally ill, and that's a problem. And like you, luckily I did only get one dick pic as well, but we'll get to that one later because that one I think was the absolute worst one, and he was local. But right now we're just going to talk about this guy that messaged me today who was 47.
Mm.
And let me just go ahead and go through the chat log here real quick
Here, let's
because
pull up. Let's pull
this
up
one,
this guy's pick. I think the world needs to
just see.
look at this
All right.
guy. Look at those eyes. This guy's got
And this is
pubic hair glued onto his face.
exactly, and he doesn't care. That's a so this is just how it goes. He's like, "Hello, how are you doing?" I said, "Hi, not bad." He's like, he gave me his name and everything. And then he said it was a pleasure to meet me. He asked where I was from. I said Nebraska. He's from Indianapolis. And then he asked if I was busy. And then he was just asking a shit ton of questions. So I just asked him how old he was. And he's like, "Oh, I'm ancient, but don't worry, I'm harmless."
Harmless. Let's
And
jot that one down.
yeah, every time a pedophile says that they're harmless, let's just go ahead and keep that in notebook.
Yeah.
Remember, but let's just see where it goes from here. And then then he told me he's 47.
47.
47, dude.
This guy's like 3 years younger than my dad. This
That's fucked. And I told him I was 15.
and he knows you're 15. He doesn't even he doesn't say it's bad, doesn't say it's good. He just goes with it. Like at that
No,
point when somebody
yeah,
says they're 15 and their profile shows that they're underage, you end the chat.
exactly. And then, all right, so then after I told him he was 15, and he's like, "Oh, figures, huh?" And then he asked, "Do you have a boyfriend?" And you know, let's just kind of skip to it. And this is where it started getting weird. He's like, "So what do you look like?" And then he sent a message immediately after. He's like, "Hot, probably." And I was like, "What?"
Ugh.
I was like, "Are you
Why would
fucking
you
kidding
even
me?"
call a 15-year-old girl hot?
15. It's sickening. It's disgusting. And then he's all like, "I wish I were as hot as you. I
What?
wish I was." And I was like,
What?
"What are you talking about?"
This guy's got some big problems.
And yeah, and then he's all like, "Can I be the older hot guy you want?"
The older hot guy
And
that
I'm like,
you want. You didn't even ever say that you want an older hot guy. This guy is just putting thoughts into your head. He is grooming you
exactly.
into
And that's a
becoming this
problem.
guy's like online relationship.
Oh, it gets way better. And then he's like, all I ask is not to be ghosted. And then he said, do you use Kik or Snapchat? And then I said, no, I don't use those. He's like, well, will you consider using Kik? Apparently, Kik is very popular amongst
Yeah,
these
Kick is
weirdos.
seems to. That's why I went straight to it. It seems like that's because they're just it's weird.
Exactly. And then he's like, well, your boyfriend is missing out, by the way. And I was like,
God,
what?
missing out on
Who
what?
says
Like
that,
who?
dude? Yeah, she's 15, bro. She's 15 and
15,
you're 47.
47, 32
Like, fuck.
years,
Like, are you
32,
kidding me, dude?
over double.
Here's the best part. He's like, can I be your online boyfriend?
Can I be your online boyfriend? See, because he's
What does
saying
that even
online,
mean?
because he thinks that internet's safe, so he wants to have this relationship until you turn 18. Then you can move to Indianapolis with him and fucking live out your
Oh,
days with pube face.
you
Like this guy, this is how he can't be serious. Nobody. No wonder he said, "As long as you don't ghost me," because I'm sure every single person that sees his profile picture blocks him immediately.
dude.
Like he's probably
And I
shocked
don't
that
get it.
a 15-year-old girl didn't block him immediately. Like I'm surprised this guy hasn't caught on. Like I'd catch on immediately if I was a 47-year-old dude that looked like that and they didn't block me. Come on, get real. Does anybody think you're attractive? No. No wonder you're getting
Jesus.
ghosted. Come on.
No, here's the best part. And just to kind of try to end the conversation, I was like, oh, going swimming and stuff like that,
Oh,
and
here we
gonna
go.
do some tanning because I'm super pale, just casually. And he's like, well, if you decide to tan topless or anything else, you can use cucumbers to cover your nipples. Free and helpful health advice for me. This guy can't type for shit.
Well, he's a
And then
pedophile. Do you think
I
he
was just,
can fucking do anything for shit?
and
God.
then I was like, I'll keep that in mind. And then he's like, well, maybe a reward in order for saving you a painful sunburn.
Yeah, you know what that means? He wants to see your titties with cucumbers on them. A 15-year-old girl.
Fucking cucumber.
Like,
It's
who?
wrong. It's wrong, dude.
He didn't say that he
It's
wanted it, but
wrong.
he implied that, oh, I want a reward. I want you to send me a picture.
Exactly. And
And
that's the
that's
problem with these
eliciting
guys. They
that's
never.
soliciting child porn from a 15-year-old girl on the internet. That's a felony.
Exactly. And that's a problem. Like, these guys are never upfront. They beat around the bush. They want you
Yeah.
to initiate it.
They want you to
That's the issue.
to like turn their moral compass the right way. To think that they're doing the right thing since you started it. But god damn, like they'll be like, "Oh,
That
like
ain't
you're
it,
laying in
chief.
bed. What are you doing? What are you wearing? Like what do you do for fun? Like that kind of shit. Like they just want you to say
Exactly.
some
Just beat around the
explicit shit.
bush.
Yeah, it's creepy, cringy, and nasty. And the internet's a scary place, and I don't recommend your children have smartphones.
And I agree with that. And it's just fucked. And it's fucked how easy it was for
This is a
us to
span of what,
become
like 10 seconds. I clicked a button and bam, there's a pedophile.
yeah,
Imagine what
ready
a
to go.
real these people seem so okay with it. Who knows that maybe they are already talking to underage girls already, real ones.
And then like another problem with this is that these guys are extremely manipulative, and that's the issue.
Oh,
Like you
definitely.
said before, like they're just grooming these young girls, telling them exactly like what they want to hear.
Yeah, they're putting
And
ideas in their head, making them say what they want them to say.
exactly. And here's another fun thing this guy told me. He said, "Well, if you had a kick, it would just be you and me."
Just,
I
he
was like,
thinks he's like
"What?"
so hidden behind this kick, you know. Got your IP encrypted on it, buddy.
Exactly. And it's not like we're not reporting these guys either.
Oh yeah, you can
Like,
report their online ID to the tip line and send the chat logs, and it'll be investigated.
exactly. And we'll actually go ahead and put that in the description. So just look out for that. It'll be in the description, the link and everything. So the problem with that is I don't think that these guys think they're doing. Actually, I take that back. I think they know that what they're doing is wrong,
Oh yeah, they're
but
so they're
they don't.
so they try so hard to beat around the bush and be safe and make sure that the person's real. Like on, I encountered on Kick an issue was you can send live photos, so it shows that you took the photo in the app at that time. So a lot of them be like, "Oh, send a live pic," and I'm like, "Shit, what do I do? I don't have a live pic." And I lost a lot of
Exactly.
them because they're like, "Oh, you're fake," and then it's they're so defensive about it
Exactly.
because they don't want to get caught, but so they know that what they're doing is wrong.
Exactly. They're super sketched out, like even at the fact, but they still want to take that risk, and that's the issue, dude. That's like the big problem.
Definitely.
So now we're gonna go back and talk about uh, one of the guys I brought up earlier, the one that I got the dick pic from.
Oh yeah.
He's here. He's local, and I actually did go ahead and report this guy because I think this was just the worst one. Like it was bad, dude. Uh, so I'll just go ahead and start with the chat log. So this was on Whisper, and this was one of the first people that messaged me from there. And he just said, "Let's hang out. Sure, we can be wild. I have fun." I said, "Tonight," and he's like, "Yeah." And I said, "How old are you?" Because he wasn't asking me my age or anything like that. He's like, "24, you," and then he said 26. So he changed his age
They always do that.
once
I don't know.
already.
It's like they try to make it seem like they're younger, but it doesn't make a difference. You're still
Yeah,
talking to a minor.
exactly. And then, of course, I went on with, "Oh, I'm 15. LOL." And then he's like, "15? Wow. And your parents left you all alone? That's crazy." I thought it was going to be harmless at that point. And I just said, "Oh, my aunt checks on me." And then he's like, "What are you looking for?" I said, "Not sure, just friends or something. This was recommended by my friend." He said, "Male or female?" I said, "Female." Then he asked me for kick. And then this is where it started to get really fucking weird. He's like, "So are you interested in trading?"
Hmm. Trading.
Right. So I went ahead and pulled on the innocent act, and then I said, "Trading?" Question mark. He's like, "Picks." I was like, "Oh, I don't know." And he's like, "Are you in the mood?" And then again, I brought up the fact that I was 15. You know,
See,
not me
that's what
being
I
15,
like to
but
do is to emphasize, just make sure, like, hey, you saw my age right.
yeah, exactly. And then again, I went with the innocent girl act. I was like, "I'm 15. I don't have much experience." He's like, "Want to learn? Want to learn?"
Ugh.
Like, are you fucking with me, dude? And then he's like, "You'll be able to have fun and learn something." And
Goodness.
this is exactly, and this is where things get interesting. This guy was smart, right? I said, "What do you look like?" "I feel okay sending face pics, but I don't know about anything else." And then he said, "Well, no face pictures unless we meet face to face."
Yeah, he want. See, that's the thing. That right there's a felony. Offering to meet with a underage girl is a felony. Not to mention the dick pic. That's a even bigger felony. Like
Exactly.
this
And then
guy, and he knows what he's doing. It's ridiculous. You have an identifying
exactly,
photo. You have a picture of his penis. Like, what is
and like
this?
that's the thing. Like, no
Stupid.
face pics, right?
Yeah, no face pics, but here's a dick
He's an
pic.
idiot. And then like, "Oh, my friends are over, but they're leaving right now because I didn't reply to him in a while." He's like, "So you are feeling frisky?"
Ugh.
And then I was like, "We'll see." I wanted to see how far this guy would go.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't wait." And then I was like, "I don't know what I'm doing." He's like, "Oh, I'll walk you through." And I was like, "I hope you're patient." He's like, "Have you ever had it before?" And I was just trying to play the innocent act, I was just like, "I tried once, but it kind of hurt." And he's like, "The first time does. After that, it feels great, and I'll make sure every time feels amazing for you, babe. We can't actually do anything until you're 18, though." So he kind of circled back around, tried to cover
Yeah.
his own ass on that part.
Contradicts everything.
Exactly. And then, I waited a little bit to respond to him, and I was like, "Sorry for the late response. And he's like, that's okay. I would love to kiss you and take your shirt off. Let me see. You know, apart from what he said, he's like, we can't do anything till
Yeah,
you're
until you're
18.
18.
Now he wants to kiss me and take my shirt off. Like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
That sounds like a lot.
Exactly. And then I was like, I thought we said no pics. And he's like, well, no face pics, but I'm sure you want to see what I have as well, right?
No, I
And I was like,
don't.
really?
Ugh.
I was like, wow, dude. And then I was like, oh, I've never taken a pic like that. And then this next part is super explicit, so this is just a warning, but I'm not going to censor myself because this is bad. Like, this is what this guy said. He
Yeah,
said,
this
I've
guy
never
needs to be
taken a pic like
exposed.
that. And he's like, show me, babe, and I'll show you mine. I would like to see your pussy too if you take a pic in your bed or in the bath. Like, are you
God.
fucking with me? Like, are you serious, dude?
This guy is asking for child porn. A felony.
Asking. Exactly. He got fucking reported. Of course he did. And then I was like, I've never taken a pic like that. He's like, don't be nervous. Use your front camera and take off your shirt and bra and make sure it's below the face to take the pic.
God, that's absurd.
And that, it's ridiculous, dude. It's nuts. It's disgusting.
And this
It
was a
makes me
local
sick to my
guy.
stomach.
Damn. We should have
Yeah,
set up
it was
an
a local guy.
arrangement and had the police show up. God, that
I
would,
don't think he
the
would have.
look on his face, dude. It'd
I
be
don't
like
think he would have
watching
met.
Chris Hansen.
It would have been great, dude. Uh, but yeah, and then I was like, maybe in person would be better. I don't want anything to get leaked, because that's a big thing. That's a
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, I would never do that. I can prove it to you." And I was like, "Okay, how?" And then he tried to groom me,
See, what really
and
got
then,
me was the last part before you called him out. Are you happy or shocked you found a boyfriend on here tonight?
oh, it gets that's like
He's just implying this and grooming you into saying that, hey, I'm your boyfriend now. You saw my dick. This is a thing now. That's how I started it. We're in a relationship.
exactly. He's trying to just
A
rope
20,
me
what,
into it.
26? He said 15,
Yeah,
11 year different. That's just sickening.
it's disgusting. It's sick. And then he's all like, "Well, for one, it wouldn't show your face because he said that he could prove to me that he would never leak anything. He said it would never show my face. And then after tonight, would you like to date secretly till you're
Secretly.
18? Secretly."
And then he wants to like marry you on a fucking yacht in Maui. Like what? What does this guy
I
think he's
mean,
gonna
I
get
don't know.
out of this?
You're gonna date someone. I mean, someone you met on the internet today for 3 years. Like, are you kidding?
Yeah, that's a pretty long relationship.
For someone you just met, and then I just said, "Sorry, I don't know. We just met, and I don't even know your name." And then he said his name was Jacob, but just Jake is fine. We all know that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's a
Like,
fake name.
he's not gonna give out his real name.
No, his name's probably like fucking I don't know, Brandy,
Who fucking
Paul,
knows? Brandy, Paul. Paul sounds right.
Paul.
And then he's like, "I would like to date you now, but I would get in trouble. I
Yeah, you
can't wait
would.
till you're 18,
You'd get in trouble.
baby."
You're already in trouble, buddy.
Exactly. He's like, "I can't wait till you're 18, baby." And then immediately after that, he said, "I'm already hard." I'm like, what?
I'm already hard.
Are you
See,
joking?
they always like loop it back to sexual because like you know that they're like pretty aroused the entire conversation and they're just trying to get you to send them a pic to jerk off to. Like that guy that wanted me to send a picture of me with my mouth open so he could come on it. Like
That's
all these guys are just
sick, dude.
they're
That's
raging on hormones, jerking off, and then I noticed a lot like you could tell they were done that they stopped talking to you, but then they'd come back like an hour later and they'd want to chat more. It's like
they're probably porn addicts, dude.
it's like your profile picture on Discord.
Probably. Oh,
them
and then
every hour.
here's
It's
this.
and I don't even want to think about the amount of people that they're probably talking to that isn't us,
Exactly.
because they
And
seem to know so much
and
about it and know how to act around it and how to talk to an underage girl. Does not, like, try not to incriminate themselves, even though just talking to a 50, that's incriminating yourself. That's like, they're so stupid.
it's sickening. Yeah. And then I told him after he said, I can't wait till you're 18. And I was like, you would really wait 3 years? And he's like, if you're faithful to me, of course.
Of course.
And I was like, wow. And then I didn't want to lose this guy, so I was like, how's your night going? And he's like, well, since I've met you, amazing. You know, trying
God.
to kiss up and like
Like, try to, like, yeah,
kind of butter me up. Yeah,
make you
you
feel
know,
like
like, oh
you're
wow,
so important and
special.
valuable to him. Yeah.
Exactly. And then I just said, I'm doing okay. Bored right now. You know, I didn't even acknowledge that part. And then of course he loops it back around to something sexual. And then he's like, I like you, that's for sure. He's like, are you wanting to touch yourself?
And like,
Right, dude.
let's previously acknowledge the fact that he said we can't do anything until you turn 18. Well, it seems like you're wanting to sex with a 15-year-old girl. Like, this
Exactly.
guy is just so stupid.
And then I didn't even acknowledge. I mean, I just said LOL. And then that's when he sent me a picture of his fucking wiener.
God, just completely like, hey, this is what I'm working with, my 3-inch fucking pencil. Like, think you're gonna
and then
impress anybody with that one, buddy?
and then he sent a message with it. He's like, don't open. X-rated. Don't open unless you're Sydney.
Unless you're Sydney.
Right. Unless you're Sydney. I was like, okay. And then
Well, you're not
he
Sydney,
said
dude.
you
Why'd you open
because this guy's a fucking
it?
bad person and he needs to be taken down.
Oh, once you got that pic, dude, that's the nail in the coffin. The police will be like, "Hey, thanks, bud."
Exactly. And he's like, I just said, wow. And he said, you like it, babe? All yours and only yours. I can't wait to spend time with you. And back to what you said, he's like, are you happy or shocked that you found a boyfriend on here tonight?
Like, just
And then
totally
that's
was
when I,
like,
yeah, like, what? Like, he basically just
made the
tried
proclamation.
to force his,
Yeah,
yeah, try to force his way, like, inside, like,
your life. Like, it's ridiculous.
exactly, like, oh, hey, are you happy or shocked that you found a boyfriend here? Like, he just started giving himself that title, which is like even more sickening.
Yeah,
And then
I'm not
that's
shocked
when I,
or
that's
excited.
where I
I'm
called him out.
disgusted.
Exactly, that's where I called him out because that was just too much. Like, it got to the point where I was like, this guy needs to be told that he's fucking sick. And so I just said, you should be ashamed of yourself. You had no business trying to talk to a 15-year-old when you're 26. Dick pic and all that explicit talk. Seriously, you disgust me. And of course, he never responded to that.
I'm sure he blocked you immediately after that because he thinks he can just run away and he's safe forever. But little does he know
Exactly.
that the chat logs are all screenshot and they've all been reported to the authorities.
Exactly, and that's these guys' problem. They don't care. Like, no, like they don't care. Like, they know what they're doing is wrong, but they don't give a shit.
Because I think they succeed too often. I think they get away with it so much that they think they're invincible, and somebody just needs to come around like us, where we're not actually a 15-year-old girl, and expose them.
Exactly, I think they do need to be exposed and be put away as soon as possible, just because the internet and smartphones and applications, it's a big thing today. Like, in modern society, everybody has them. All children.
Oh yeah, the parents will just throw them the phone, put it like some parental consent like thing lock on it, but they'll easily bypass. I'm pretty sure Kick is you can still download it even there's a parental control on the phone because it's a 13 plus app. So anybody 13 plus can download it if the parental control's on, unless they specifically block it. And that seems to be where predators like to lurk because there's the anonymous chat that I tried to get a lot of them on, 10 out of 15, like I said, and
Yeah.
they try to get them to go to Kick 2 after they've met. Like on Whisper, they ask for the Kick because it's a separate app and they think that the police aren't tracking it, but they are.
Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put his. channel on there, and then yeah, you guys check him out. This guy's nuts, and
Oh
he's
yeah,
doing a
some really
great
good
job.
videos.
Yeah, he's doing a great job on like catching these guys and exposing them. That's actually where we got our inspiration from, and it's honestly disgusting how easy it was for us to
So
become
simple.
targeted.
So yeah,
Like
guys, thanks for
it's
watching,
nuts.
tuning in. I recommend you guys try it too. Report people to the tip line. Just be careful. Don't go meeting out with the people like Anxiety War does. He is a brave soul. Just
Yeah,
keep it to the
that's
phones and send it to that tip line. Link in the description.
yeah, dude's a mad lad. But yeah, thanks guys for watching.
Peace.